I want to say all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom to the hopeful elect, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well. Now I'm just going to show this quick TED Talk video. It's friggin' sodomy, man. God, I hate these people so much.
It's good to be here. My name is Steve Hoffman, but in Silicon Valley, they call me Captain Hoff.
AKA Cornball.
I am the captain of Founderspace, and Founderspace is an incubator and accelerator. It went black. Here we go. Yeah, an incubator and accelerator that works all over the world. So I spend 70% of my time traveling the globe looking at new technology. We have over 50 partners in 22 countries. And Founderspace has been rated by Forbes magazine as the #1 accelerator for overseas startups in Silicon Valley. We have had many famous startups in our co-working space, Soma Central, like Instagram, AngelList, Foursquare, and today I'm going to talk about some of the technologies that most fascinate me. So, business technologies are the future of the brain, our human brain, and where it is headed with technology. So if we examine our brain, we will realize that for over 100,000 years, our brain has remained the same. But the world around us has changed radically. So think about it. We have the same brain as a prehistoric cave person.
Okay, and I'll stop right there. You know, you can see it for yourself. Basically, they're dealing with a brain-computer interface, which is a form of the RFID. Now, I'm gonna get this quick scripture. Psalms 18:30. As for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trusted him. So the Lord created everything perfect, you know, but he likes to go and tinker, like the mad scientist he is, and destroy everything in the process. The water, sex, food, and now he wants to destroy your friggin' brain. You know, he can improve upon your brain by his words because, you know, it's ill-equipped to deal with the modern world, even though it'll go on to say how it's elastic and, you know, it adapts to a new environment. So that's redundant.
Totally changed. That is the power of our brain. It's very elastic. It can reprogram itself. But now we're going to begin to change our brains.
You see what I mean? That's a freaking contradiction. You just said your brain adapts, but we're going to try and change your brain. This man is crazy, bro. It's another TED Talk here. I'm just gonna grab a few minutes. You know, if y'all interested, y'all can, you know, look at it further. These people are bugged the hell out, man.
I want to leave here by talking a little bit about my credentials to bring this up with you.
She looks like a man.
Because, quite honestly, you really, really should not listen to any old person with an opinion about COVID-19.
That would be the prophets.
So I've been working in global
She's
health
basically
for
saying you should
about
listen to
20
her.
years. And my specific technical specialty is in health systems and what happens when health systems experience severe shock.
So she's never cured anyone, but you should listen to her because she looks at graphs.
Global health and biosecurity for newspapers and web outlets.
You look at graphs and you make
I published
articles.
a book a few years back about the major global health threats facing us as a planet. I have supported and led epidemiology efforts that range from evaluating Ebola treatment centers to looking at transmission of tuberculosis in health facilities and doing avian
Not cured a single
experiments.
thing, right? They've not cured
I have a
nothing.
master's degree in international health.
These people never
I'm
cure
not a
anything, they just
physician,
treat it.
I'm not a nurse. My specialty isn't patient care or taking care of individual people. My specialty is looking at populations and health systems.
So why should we listen to you then?
Diseases move on the large level. If we're ranking sources of global health expertise, on a scale of 1 to 10.
And listen to this.
1 is some random person ranting on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and 10 is the World Health Organization.
Now, you have to take into consideration that the World Health Organization has not cured a single friggin' disease since its inception.
Say, you can probably put me at like a 7 or an 8.
So
keep
pompous.
that in mind as I talk to you. I'll start with the basics here, because I think that's gotten lost in some of the media noise.
Now, she's a health expert, and if you look at her, you can tell she's kind of, overweight. She doesn't look physically healthy for somebody who's a quote-unquote health expert. But carry on.
COVID-19. So, COVID-19 is a coronavirus. And coronaviruses are a specific subset of virus.
My girl got a
and they
chin
have some
neck.
unique characteristic as viruses.
Ah,
RNA
these
instead of
people are
DNA
crazy.
is their genetic material. And they're covered in spikes on the surface of the virus, and they use those spikes to invade cells. Those spikes are the corona in coronavirus. COVID-19 is known as a novel coronavirus because until December, we'd only heard of 6 coronaviruses. COVID-19 is the 7th. It's new to us. It just had its gene sequencing. It just got its name. That's why it's novel. If you remember SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, or MERS, Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, those were coronaviruses. And they're both called respiratory syndromes because that's what coronaviruses do. They go through your lungs.
They attack your respiratory system. Now, let's look in, they say corona attacks your RNA. So we're just going to look at a quick search of RNA. DNA contains the sugar deoxyribose, while RNA contains the sugar ribose. DNA is a double-stranded molecule, while RNA is a single-stranded molecule. DNA is stable under alkaline conditions, while RNA is not stable. DNA and RNA perform different functions in humans. So basically, the synopsis is DNA is basically how tall you are, and RNA would be all the things that aren't stable in your body, like your hair loss, your skin, if you have a heart condition, that it deals with things that is like a support system for your DNA, basically all the things that aren't quote unquote stable, because certain attributes and certain physical phenomena that you have in your body are, your DNA is your color, for example. You're black, that's in your DNA. Your RNA would be, you go to Africa or something and you get darker, or you tan and you get a tan. It's responsible for things that change under certain conditions, whereas you're never going to stop being black, but you can get darker or lighter depending on the conditions that you put yourself under. There's a quick
About differences between DNA.
These people
and
like to use
RNA.
all these big languages instead of just breaking things down in simple terms.
So DNA is usually double-stranded. It has 2 separate strands that are connected, which look like this. While RNA is single-stranded most of the time, looking like this.
Yeah, just leave it on there, man. These people are convoluted. They like to use big words to explain things that are simple, man. As if they're a bunch of freaking geniuses, when really they're a bunch of idiots, bro.
Doubt as his predecessor began, Theresa May was unimpressed. She was one of many Tories who felt the government had leaked and spun to bounce in.
Let's go to
Protests and much else too. To ease the lockdown or abandon it altogether. These protests and much else too. It's not loud from midnight tonight. After MPs passed a second.
Look at this, Jake. So from midnight tonight, and it's 12:45. So right now the lockdown has started. The soft lockdown. Apparently you can still move, and you're allowed essential things like shopping, going to work, so on and so forth. I happen to be a key worker, so I've been given a key worker, and I'm using air quotes right now on my fingers. I've been given a key worker letter or document to prove that I'm allowed to leave my home to go to work. Now you can see this stupid little Jake here with his friend.
Heavy hearts.
Oh, it's so funny.
Eyes to the right, 516. The nose to the left, 38.
At midnight tonight, the health service in England will be
God,
returning.
I hate these people so much, man. Now, if you see here, they're saying there's only a small chance Oxford COVID vaccine is ready by Christmas. And that's here, the head of the Oxford University group developing one of the leading COVID vaccine contenders has played down the chances of vaccinating people by Christmas. So that's in one article. In another, from Sky News, coronavirus, small chance COVID jab will be ready before Christmas, Oxford vaccine boss says. So the other one's more pessimistic. This one is more optimistic and uses the same language. So this is what Esau likes to do, man. He likes to flip the context and the perception with, you know, the words and how he delivers whatever lie he's telling you. The director of Oxford Vaccine Trial said there was a small chance that jab will be ready before Christmas. Very interesting. And if you see here, UAE Prime Minister receives coronavirus vaccine shot. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, mouthful, is the latest Emirati official to get the vaccine developed by China's Sino firm. So China seems to have developed a vaccine. This guy's probably getting saline water or something shot into his arm. Prime Minister and Vice President of the United Arab Emirates and ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has said he received a coronavirus vaccine shot. We wish everybody safety and great health, and we are proud of our teams who have worked relentlessly to make the vaccine available in the UAE, he wrote on Twitter on Tuesday. So this is going to be another reason why they want to, you know, create this whole new world order, because, you know, all these different people are creating, you know, vaccines and cures and quote unquote cures. And, you know, it's better if we consolidate all that information. That's another way of them to bring the new world order together, because, you know, China had this and they didn't share it with the US and the UK, and everybody's off doing the whole different thing. What we need to do is pull our resources together in the new world order. So these people are working on all these little different fronts, and it's like it comes together, you know, like a well-formed piece of excrement. Because this man, and you see Jake there laughing, you know, with his little friend Jisoo. Jeremiah 2:33, why trimmest thou ways to seek love, therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. So Jake loves to follow under Esau, but he'll never show Esau how to be righteous, man. It says here in Psalms 19:7, the law of the Lord is perfect. Herbs are for healing, for example, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. So they should be able to simplify whatever they're telling us without using convoluted language. These people like to use big words when really and truly, you know, they can just explain what they're saying with a few simple words. But Esau's an idiot. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoice in the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. And this is regarding wisdom and knowledge. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. So it's better to be judged by the Lord than these people here, because these people don't have a clue what they're doing, man. You can see right here they're all over the place, you know, and there's no clear cut idea of what these people are doing. You know, they're saying the jab's not going to be ready, but, you know, some dude's getting vaccinated. They're talking about brain computer, and all of this stuff links up together. You know, you got this friggin' Lesbos. I don't even know the correct term. I hope YouTube don't pick up my, you know, my words through the little algorithm. But look at her, man. She's butch as hell, man. You don't want to take advice from her. She thinks she's actually worth listening to, and she hasn't cured a damn disease in her life. Like, I've actually helped people with treatments, and I've given people advice I've probably helped more people than this woman has. All she done is probably just looked at a couple files and think she's doing something. But yeah, you're supposed to listen to her rather than a random person on Facebook. And she's a random person on YouTube. With that, shalom.